On today's show, we're going to be discussing the latest scandal in LA County, and it involves Shangri-La Industries and its connection to the political power elite, the Board of Supervisors, and their involvement not only by way of campaign donations, but also by way of approving some of the projects that Shangri-La Industries was involved in. Last Friday, I published the article. While most of the other articles are focusing on the homeless and how we are uncovering massive amounts of fraud, and kudos to the other journalists who have been digging into it, I, however, am taking a different approach to this. My wheelhouse is political corruption in LA County. So when I was made aware of the donations that went back and forth between Cody Holmes, two more executives, including the CEO known as Andy Myers, and the political power elite that is Janice Hahn, Sheila Kuehl, Hilda Solis, Sheriff Robert Luna. This discovery opened a Pandora's box, one that I'm sure the political leaders in LA County did not want us to uncover or expose. The connection between these executives at Shangri-La and their donations are literally tied to the people that they knew, meaning Shangri-La Industries knew that they could count on to vote on their projects and push their projects through. However, that money did not go to those projects. As a matter of fact, that money never even went to their subcontractors who were working on these projects and instead were forced to sue Shangri-La Industries. So by the time Shangri-La had gotten to the place where they were applying for this $100 million loan, they had a long list of creditors and tax liens. And from what I understand, when this loan was packaged and sent to the higher ups, the senior management to approve this $100 million loan, they were made very well aware of the lawsuits by the subcontractors and the tax liens. And the packet was hundreds of pages, from what I understand from people on the inside who were dealing with this loan, examining whether the funds should be given to Shangri-La. The higher ups basically said, give it to them anyway, because they have government contracts. One person even injected that former President Bill Clinton actually sat on the board of Shangri-La at one point, as if that should be an extra incentive. So apparently, once the loan was funded, Shangri-La spent that $100 million immediately. And so what we're trying to do is unravel behind the scenes who's connected and who got paid off, because clearly somebody at the bank got paid off. There's just no two ways about that in order for them to greenlight this loan. The bank is now out that $100 million. It's very curious as to why Cody Holmes, a super young CFO, was the only one that went down in flames in this scandal, because clearly there are other executives that are involved in this as well. So the political donations between Shangri-La, the Board of Supervisors, and the sheriff is very telling. The one person that did not receive donations from Shangri-La executives was former Sheriff Alex Villanueva. I'm not surprised by any means, because it's very clear that Alex's main focus was taking down corrupt leaders in LA County. He was very clear about that. That being said, it was obvious that there were backdoor deals that were being made. Once Sheriff Luna took office, his first order of business was to dismantle the Public Integrity Unit.
And when I was campaigning, it was obvious that that office was creating a lot of distrust within our community. So coming in, our new undersheriff, April Tardy, was tasked with looking at it. And I thought she did a superb job of evaluating what was going on, and looking at each case and seeing, we wanted to get as much information as we possibly could to make sure we weren't missing anything, and that more importantly, any critical cases would be referred to the appropriate agencies, whether it was the state attorney general's office, the DA, or even the FBI. So to answer your specific question about political witch hunts, I didn't see anything that I've read so far. But if I've learned anything in sitting in this chair, I am learning things every day.
Why would somebody want to do that? Well, we kind of know now because he had at least one corrupt Shangri-La executive donating to not one election, but now two. We are seeing multiple donations that were made to the 2026 election for Robert Luna. So clearly, CFO Cody Holmes, if he didn't already know that he was under investigation by the feds for mail fraud, he actually made multiple donations to the sheriff, thinking possibly that his ass would be covered. I can't imagine why he would think that because Luna is ineffective and he is extremely powerless. So, at any rate, always follow the money. That's what I do here, especially for thecurrentreport.com. That's where my written articles are about LA County corruption. I'm sure more is going to unfold in this Shangri-La saga. I anticipate that more people will go down because, like I said, what I've heard from the inside of at least one of these loans that was funded and funded because of the government contracts. Some insiders obviously had connections. There is probably going to be more that is going to come to light in terms of the fraudulent contracts for these homeless projects that were never completed. This is hopefully one of those scandals that's going to take down from the top down. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.